All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Thursday. What do we got going on today? We're going back a little further than we usually do. We're going back to 1967 to be clear, but we're really going back to 1972, where this week in 72, the Moody Blues enter the top 10 with their single Nights in White Satin. It will eventually go to number 2. Why 1967? Now, if you had asked me, Mark, when was Nights in White Satin released, I would have told you the 70s. I would have said the early 70s, which I would have been right around 72. Turns out it was actually released for the first time in November of 1967. Days of Future Past, their album, and that single didn't really go anywhere. It didn't do anything. It wasn't until it was re-released in 72 that it would go into the top 10. And that 1967 version, that's kind of crazy, right? But again, did not go anywhere at all. This song, it's just just been around. It's just been around for a long time, right? I mean, if you were a fan of classic rock, you heard this song all the time, and we haven't done the Moody Blues in the Cave yet, right? They're an interesting band. You have to hear this song, though. This is one of those songs that you had to hear, and they had to play Late Lament, that spoken word part at the end. If the radio cut that off, you were like, oh. That's on that list of songs. It's like if they didn't play, it's like the Cars, In Excess, all those songs, where if they didn't roll it into the other thing, you're just annoyed. Of course, they couldn't put that on the single because it's like a 7.5-minute song. The first single from 1967 is really choppy and isn't really. They don't know what they did with it, but they kind of just spliced it down, and it was down to 3 minutes and 6 seconds. The reissued single was 4 minutes 26 seconds. But it was listed at 3:06, so whatever reason, a lot of the copies of the single will say 3:06, but it actually goes on for 4 minutes and 26 seconds. And then even some of the other singles would have more of that orchestra in it, some of it, and it would actually go for 4:33, and it would still say 3:06 for the length of time. So that's just a weird thing about the single. Apparently a lot of them say 3:06. Some are, some aren't. That Late Lament was written and composed by their band member Justin Hayward when he was 19 years old. His girlfriend gave him satin sheets for a gift, and then it was when you're 19, it was about longing for your girlfriend, I guess, or something like that. But certainly it did resonate with a lot of people. A very popular song of theirs. That's the London Festival Orchestra there, and they would on tour with an orchestra and play that part. But you have to have that Late Lament on there, right? This also resurfaced again as a single in 79 in the UK and in Ireland. It went to number 14 and number 8. And then in 2010, it went back in the British charts at number 51. This song has just been around for a really long time. We could talk some more about the Moody Blues. I should probably cover them in general at some point. I think Ride My Seesaw is probably my favorite song by them if I had to come up with one really fast. I think that one's great. But anyway, so that's your song of the day. What do you guys remember? Nights in White Satin. First of all, popular choice for junior proms when I was in high school. For whatever reason, we thought that white tuxedos were an okay thing. I'll try to cue up that picture. But that would be the theme song of many junior proms. Ours was Eddie and the Cruisers. But anyway, that was on the list of choices when we had to vote over what was going to be what. But we went with Tender Years, I think, instead. What about that that ending part there? Breathe deep in gathering gloom, watch lights fade from every room. I mean, we don't even know what he's talking about, but we liked it, right? Cold-hearted orb that rules the night. Yeah. Removes the colors from our sight. Red is gray and yellow white, but we decide which is right and which is an illusion. Right? I mean, 1972 I mean, it was obviously recorded in 67. What was going on in 67 in rock that would influence people's writing? I don't know. You tell me. All right, that's enough. 5.5 minutes on Nights in White Satin, the Moody Blues. Comment below. Have a good day, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.